Hi, I'm Sean Fagan, and welcome to another edition of Bronco Sports Weekly, brought to you here on WMUBroncos.com. The hockey team nearly rallied from a 2-goal deficit, but was unable to cut a third-period lead in falling 3-1 to North Dakota in the 2012 NCAA tournament. Kyle O'Kane cut North Dakota's lead to 2-1 when he beat Arundel Gloveside on a breakaway in the second period, but the Broncos would be unable to muster another goal in the loss. The Broncos finished the season with a 21-14-6 record, their best win total since the 1995-96 season. Great job, guys. It was a historic day at West Hills Athletic Club on Friday as the women's tennis team defeated both Northern Illinois and Chicago State in a doubleheader sweep. Head coach Betsy Kuehl reached the career 500 win mark, making her just the second coach in WMU athletics history to reach 500 wins. 3 players won all 4 of their matches last weekend: Nini Sujashvili, Caroline Alec, and Kathleen Hawkins. The Broncos now 12-7 on the season. We'll see some highlights from that Northern Illinois match a little bit later. The baseball team opened MAC play against Bowling Green on Saturday and swept the Falcons in a 3-game series that included a Saturday doubleheader. Patrick Borlick picked up the win in relief in Game 1 and also earned a save in Game 3. Sophomore Steve Laudicina got the win in Game 2, and freshman Will Nimke earned his first collegiate win in Game 3, a 1-0 shutout. Senior first baseman Troy Fortin led the Bronco offense, batting .545 over the series. Fortin, Ryan McMillan, and Caleb Caton each hit a home run in the series. In gymnastics now, Western Michigan had 4 different individuals reach the podium and placed 3rd as a team at the 2012 Mid-American Conference Championships hosted by Northern Illinois. Caroline O'Brien was runner-up on the uneven bars, while Taylor Zondervan, Kelsey Turnquist, and Cepeda Carter all took 3rd in their respective events. Broncos' points total of 195 was the best ever at the conference meet for the Broncos and their 4th highest total ever. On to track and field now, as Sierra Allen broke the school record in the outdoor triple jump at the Georgia Relays. Allen, a sophomore, jumped a distance of 40 feet, 3.25 inches to take 5th place in the highly competitive field. Allen broke the record held by former Bronco Ashley Hinault, beating her career best mark by a ½ inch. WMU heads to Eastern Illinois for the Big Blue Classic this weekend. We mentioned earlier we had some highlights from women's tennis as Betsy Kuehl picked up her 500th career win. Let's take a look. Women's tennis back in Kalamazoo after a long stretch of matches away from their home courts, hoping to defeat Northern Illinois to open MAC season play and give Betsy Kuehl her 500th career victory. The Broncos would sweep through doubles play, and sophomore Nini Sujashvili would clinch the overall match victory with a 6-1, 6-4 win in number 1 singles. Jill Pastunik would close the day with a 2.5-hour marathon in number 4 singles, and the Broncos would celebrate Betsy Kuehl's 500th career win, just the second coach in Western Michigan history to reach 500. On to men's play now. The Broncos would take on Northern Illinois in the nightcap of the day. The Broncos, however, would struggle against the visiting Huskies, winning just 1 doubles match, that coming courtesy of Pablo Olivares and Aaron Wong. Nadine Indre and Ross Vanderplug would pick up singles wins for the Broncos, but it would not be enough to overcome the Huskies. They fell 5-2 at West Hills Athletic Club. The Broncos now 1-1 in Mid-American Conference play. Welcome back to Bronco Sports Weekly. I'm Sean Fagan, and I am now joined by Western Michigan softball coach Kathy Litke. Coach, I know you probably don't want to talk about it too much, but played Notre Dame last night. Tough result.
No question. Actually, there was a lot of great things that happened in that game, but the finish was not as great. That was disappointing.
Well, you're going to have to rebound. You obviously have 4 big games this weekend, taking on Ball State and Miami. First things first, how does a game like last night's affect the mindset of your team?
Well, we hope we just get a little hungrier to be able to play not just 7 innings, but right on to literally the last pitch. And, that's the mindset we have to go into league play with and play hard to the final out.
We mentioned before the interview today that Ball State and Miami are the 2 top teams in their divisions. They haven't played any conference games yet, but with 19 wins and 17 wins respectively for those teams, what makes them so good?
2 very strong teams, both well coached. They've been powerhouse in the league, for the last I don't know how many years now, and you've got to come and play the game right and play it well to compete and to overcome those teams. We've been able to do that, and I hope we can keep that going this year.
Lots of parity throughout the league, too. Obviously, your team, the tournament champion last year, the conference champion last year, and you mentioned even the Northern Illinois. That's a very good team. What What's the key to all the depth in the MAC of quality teams?
There's great parity in the league. I don't think that there's anyone that you can overlook at any moment, and you have to come to play all aspects of the game, all innings, every pitch, to come out ahead, and I just really feel that that's going to be key again this season.
First chance to play in front of the home fans this year, the doubleheader on Friday and then games on Saturday and Sunday. What can they expect when they come out to the ball yard?
Well, I hope they see, again, very good softball. I expect good softball to be played here this weekend, and we want to come out on the positive side of things. So, I hope we can bring our A game.
You mentioned the powerhouses in the conference, Miami and Ball State, but I said before, you're the one with all the trophies from last year. So,
well, that was last year. I think the teams were playing this weekend all had their share of them, and this is the start of another exciting MAC season, and I'm looking forward to our kids coming out and playing hard.
Coach Lichtke, anything else you want to tell the fans?
I think we're good. I hope we get good weather and good softball. It'll be a great weekend.
All right, thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.
Here are the things to watch for this weekend. First things first, the track and field team will have a considerably shorter trip than they did last weekend, not going all the way to Georgia, just Charleston, Illinois, to take part in the Big Blue Classic hosted by Eastern Illinois. That meet will start on Friday and will carry over into Saturday. Women's tennis has a pair of important MAC matches this weekend, including a date with defending MAC tournament champion Akron on Friday. Pray for nice weather, folks. The last time the Broncos beat the Zips, they did it outside at Sorensen Courts in the MAC tournament in 2010. The Broncos will take on Buffalo on Saturday. Men's tennis has just one match this weekend. They'll look to bounce back from a loss last Friday when they head to Cleveland to take on the Cleveland State Vikings. The baseball team heads east for a big series when the Broncos take on the Buffalo Bulls on the road. WMU currently 3-0 in MAC play, 10-10 on the season. They'll look to keep the momentum up against the Bulls. Casey Weber will take the ball to open the series on Friday. First pitch scheduled for 3 p.m. And finally, softball will have their home opener this weekend, playing 4 MAC games in 3 days. Broncos will host Ball State in a doubleheader on Friday, will host Miami on Saturday and Sunday. Both of those teams have the best overall records in their respective MAC divisions. Broncos are going to have their work cut out for them, but Coach Lichtke very confident that they'll be able to take care of business. And that's going to do it for us this week on Bronco Sports Weekly. I'm Sean Fagan saying join us again next week. Same Bronco time, same Bronco place.